So to create a new document, it will appear here. So now in the new button, you have a new process or a new document. Okay, I'm creating a document. It needs to have a name first. So typically how to record a drop-in session, let's say, very meta type of description. Okay, now you see the interface looks like the one to edit processes, because we wanted to keep the spirit. A process and a documents are very similar. And then you have a massive text box basically in the middle before the meeting, and then we can start typing, okay, during the meeting and after the meeting. And we can start typing like any text editor that you have, and it has all the features that you are used to see in the rich text editor now in Skore. So we can create link. There's this link picker to create links to another process. Let's say we want to link to the Center of Excellence. So we can create links to processes, to roles. We can insert media as images that you have in your library, etc., etc. So you can really reuse all the assets that you already have in your process library. And this is a rich text editor, so we can even create tables and do all sorts of fancy things. So let's save that now. Let's save. So it's saved, and now it's the document. Okay, the very basic document that I just created. What you see in the top right corner are the same elements. The same elements that you see on a process. So it has revisions, right? So like the process, they are auto-saved and auto-snapshot every couple of minutes to create a version history. And you can create, you can approve your document in the same way you can approve processes. So they have an approved version, which is the official one that opens by default. Okay, you can also add notes to, and do all the features you can do on a process are here. Okay, you can also share and add comments, and it works pretty much the same way as you would do on a process. So everything, all the features of a process comes here, even though, so when I'm going back to at the process level, now I have how to record a drop-in, which is the documents I created with the document icon. So it has the same feature of a process, the properties, pinning to top, you can move folders, having the tags, duplicate, archive, etc., etc. Okay, so that's the basics of creating a document. So let's go to a process now. I have a demo process here that I took from another drop-in session, but it's good looking, so I keep it. I'm entering edit mode. So define all label text anyway, whatever the activity. Let's say we want to link to a document. So it's a new type of attachments, as simple as that. Now I have text that you're used to, documents and process. So what is the difference between a text attachments and a document attachments? A text attachments is really much belongs to the box. Okay, it's not reusable. So if I'm typing hello here, I cannot reuse this hello text anywhere else. So it really is for a small capturing information against a very specific box. This is ideal. A document is reusable and has a bit more options for formatting and linking. I will show you that now. So I'm linking to a document with my document picker. I see the two documents that were in my workspace already. Let's pick one. What's cool here is if you, let's say, how to publish a new knowledge base article, for example. Okay, I don't have the document yet. I can already create it from there directly. Okay, but just for the sake of this example now, let's just pick the how to record a drop-in session. Boom, confirm, and then my document is linked from here. So as with all links in Skore, I can just click on it and it will open. Okay, now it opens here, my document I just captured. Okay, so very, very convenient to access the documents very easily. I can link this document from any, as many boxes, David, to your question, from as many boxes as I want to, and there's no limit to that. It's just linking stuff together. Okay. What I can do extra on, so now my document is linked to these two boxes. Something that is not specific to documents by itself, but I always like to show it, is this button we have here, click to make visible on the canvas. So this button works pretty much for all attachment types. If I click here, it will make the document visible directly here. So that may be a good way. To show that, all right, there is a document attached to this box, and when I click on it, I need to be in view mode. But when I click on it again, it opens the document very quick. So not only we save the user a click, but you don't need to explore in the attachments to open that. This trick I showed you with the view icon, it works for any attachments. I think we demoed it in other, but here I have a custom field with a grouping risk. I can make this attachment, this custom field, visible directly in the box. So that's something that we can show much more information on every box at this stage. Okay, I will show you something nice now. I will open this document, how to record a drop-in session. Here it's just it shows in the model, which is good, but I will open it full screen. So when I click on the title here, it will go in the full version. And now that this document is actually linked to different boxes, I can see here that how to record a drop-in session document is actually linked to 2 boxes. Okay, and these boxes have different roles and different systems. So again, it helps me understanding, all right, I have a policy, a guideline, or a system. I can see to which role, like the regulatory manager and the marketing manager, are the audience of this role, of this document. So it basically automatically populates who is this document relevant for. Okay, and again, if the list is long, well, means that it's a document used by a lot of roles. Also shows the systems. So okay, interesting that this document is used on a box that has this system mentioned to it. Okay, so we have this sort of round trip link between a document and the processes where it's attached to. So now I'm navigating back to my process. I'm going at the process because I clicked on there's a subtlety here. I clicked on the process. Yeah, it's a link to the process, not to the box itself, indeed. Indeed. Okay, so that's the main overview of documents. So to summarize, it's a different way of creating a different type of content in Skore. We believe that processes are awesome for end-to-end, showing the interactions between the teams, different levels of details, very interactive, the attachments, the capture of custom fields, of forms, of a lot of data, the roles. But sometimes we need to capture things that are a bit more detailed and where the format of a text, of a document is much more suitable. And this is why we have now documents. The benefit of having documents in Skore are that you're bringing all the features of the processes, like all the version control, the approval, the ownership, the tags, so you can really include the document into your library. But also you have this sort of backlink and round trip between the document, the process, the roles, and the system. In the database, everything gets wired together. And in terms of understanding who is the audience of a document, this is very popular. Great stuff. Okay, good. So this will be available very shortly in every workspace, basically. You may have realized that the new button has already changed to prepare for some room for that. So that's coming up. That's coming up. You will see. We can't wait for your feedback. As usual, you have a button give Skore feedback here in the bottom right corner to send us some thoughts and ideas to make the product better. So we have another feature coming up that's a teaser. We call them. They don't have a good. We are not sure it's the definitive name. We call them standalone forms. And the idea would be to do exactly what you want. So to create, it will open a new screen, a new model, and you can say, all right, done, save it. And the next time you can create another instance of the same checklist and say it's done or not. So this will be called standalone forms, and you will be able to link a standalone forms from a document. So for example, you have, in terms of Cyber Essentials, let's say, every year we need to ask everyone that they have updated their home router, considering they work from home. So we'll be able to send a standalone form, for the lack of a better name, saying, all right, can you acknowledge, can you validate that you have updated your router or your home router in the last 6 weeks, for example? And then we'll be able to track this information. Or the checklist may be a bit more complex than that. It may be cover all the cyber essential things like, have you updated your home router? Are you confirming that you're using a password manager? Does your PIN code for your mobile phone has at least 6 numbers? And the kind of little things like that, we can send that as a checklist to everyone using the standalone forms and then report on it, saying, all right, okay, that's your evidence for your cyber essentials or any ISO certification. So that's coming up. That's a bit more work to do. We are testing it internally. We are tinkering with it. We are really at the tinkering with it, but it's taking shape and it will be released soon.